The first week of the federal FIFA trial featured revelations about corporate bribes, government corruption and vote-buying schemes. It ended with a debate about one defendant's skin condition. On Friday afternoon, after the judge had sent the jury home for the weekend, the prosecutors who spent the week detailing corruption in international soccer switched course and argued that two apparent throat-slitting gestures made in court by Manuel Berga, a former Peruvian soccer official facing a racketeering conspiracy charge, had been an attempt to intimidate the first witness called to testify in the case. There's probable cause to believe he attempted to tamper with the witness, Judge Pamela K. Chen, a United States District Court judge for the Eastern District of New York, said. She was considering whether to lock up Mr. Berga, who has been free on bail. The judge's remark prompted an outcry from Mr. Berga's lawyer, Bruce L. Udolph, who attributed the gestures to a skin condition that made his client's neck itch. He said that instead of being sent to jail, as prosecutors requested, Mr. Berga needed an urgent visit to a dermatologist. The gestures, made Tuesday and Wednesday, were captured on camera and are expected to be presented as evidence by the government, along with testimony from the witness to whom those gestures were apparently addressed, Alejandro Berzacco. Mr. Berzacco, an Argentine businessman who 2 years ago pleaded guilty to his role in the web of global criminal activity, finished testifying in the trial on Friday morning. Over the 4 days during which he appeared, he said Mr. Berga had solicited bribes and accepted promises of future payments. But, Mr. Berzacco said, Mr. Berga wanted to be paid only in cash because he was wary of accepting what he was owed while under investigation for money laundering in Peru. As Mr. Berzacco was escorted off the witness stand on Tuesday, he informed a federal agent of Mr. Berga's initial gesture, the judge said Friday. On Wednesday, Mr. Berzacco broke down crying on the witness stand after the second gesture. Witness tampering, like racketeering conspiracy, can carry a penalty of up to 20 years in prison, which would mean the possibility of a 40-year sentence for Mr. Berga, 60, if he were to be found guilty of both crimes. Mr. Berga, a lawyer who wore a dark suit and a tightly knotted tie on Friday, ate crackers as he walked along the fourth-floor hallway of the courthouse during a morning break. Prosecutors have asked that he be remanded to jail in light of the threat they say he poses. For the time being, Judge Chen modified his bail conditions, putting a trace on his phone and limiting his calls to 3 phone numbers, those belonging to his wife, his lawyer and the court's pretrial services line. Mr. Berga's wife is the manager of a small hotel in Lima, according to Mr. Udolph. If Mr. Berga is so bold as to do this in court, Judge Chen said, there is some concern about the threat he could pose. She added that she had taken into consideration that he was not on trial for a violent crime, and that he had no history of violent crime. The jury in the trial is anonymous, after documented attempts to obstruct justice and intimidate witnesses, which were referenced in court documents this fall.